Yo, what's up you guys? Dex here. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. This week, we have some huge news ahead of us with the Call of Duty World War II announcement coming Wednesday. There's going to be a ton of hype around that. There's going to be all kind of videos coming at you left and right. Once the news get dropped, we're going to have tweets going. It's going to be crazy. I know so many people are really looking forward to this. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of unanswered questions after this release. I'd be really surprised if they gave us everything we want to know, especially prior to E3. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion. I don't think they'll give us everything. I would assume we get some knowledge dropped about the basic idea of the game, maybe a hint at multiplayer stuff, and that's probably about it. We'll see. A quick side note before we get started today, an image surfaced on Twitter, which I'm about to put right here, which was supposedly an advertisement in France, which if it's true, it'll confirm a November 3rd release date for Call of Duty World War II. Personally, I don't think that's too far-fetched because historically Call of Duty is released in the first part of November in the last several years, and being that they transitioned to releasing on Fridays instead of Tuesdays, I can totally see that being a valid image. I don't think that's going to be fake. So with that being said, I figured I would talk about some of the things that I'm looking forward to with World War II prior to not knowing what's going on. I'm interested to see how many of these things will come true for me and how many won't. Either way, this won't stop me from buying the game. I've literally bought every Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 4, so why would I stop now? Like, I literally don't know what it would take for me to stop buying these games. So I guess I'll just claim myself to be a lifelong Call of Duty fan, and I'm okay with that, you guys. Cool game's cool. I enjoy it. I have fun with it, so I'll keep dedicating my time to it. First off, one thing I would want from this game, but I already know won't happen, would be removing the console exclusivity. I can't tell you how much it stinks that one console gets favored, per se, with the DLC getting released early and all that jazz. I completely understand the business side of it, but it stinks that I invested in console years ago and just don't have the same opportunities. But hey, it's life. That won't be the last thing that's, you know, quote-unquote unfair. I've had other opportunities that have worked out, so I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I'm not going to let that hold me back, you know. But maybe I should just consider getting a PS4 so I can jump on everything at the earliest possible release date. I don't know. I've even had supporters say they want to start me a fundraiser for PlayStation 4 just so I can get on and grind with them and play more earlier, you know, DLC content, all that jazz. I would never expect that. But that being said, I wish I had a way to play with all of you, you know, and I just can't justify going out and buying one right now. I know that won't get removed, but it's something that I wish would happen. So I can already expect that not to happen. As for multiplayer content, which is mostly my cup of tea, it's most of my content, especially when it comes to streaming as well as the content I put out, there are a few things I'm hoping to see with World War II. The biggest thing I would like to see is keeping the pace of the game upbeat. After playing these new Call of Duty games over the last few years and adapting to the quicker movement systems and whatnot, I love the pace of the game. I feel like the adrenaline gets pumping while I'm playing the objective game modes or going for high kill streaks. I really enjoy that. The last 2 weeks, I've spent more time revisiting these other Call of Duty games that you may have noticed. I've jumped on Black Ops 2 since they had the backwards compatibility feature added to Xbox One, in addition to a throwback stream and video with Call of Duty Ghosts. And while I totally enjoy playing both of those games, I feel like they play a lot slower. And while I was streaming it, I felt like it was almost dull. I don't really know. You guys would have to let me know that from like the viewership side of it. I don't know, it could have just been me. I want to know your thoughts on that. I know Ghost wasn't a huge hit with some people. I enjoyed it. I know some of the people I played with, we enjoyed it a good bit. But I know Black Ops 2 was a huge hit, and I still felt like it played slow the other night. So with that being said, I'd like to know what you think about spectating Black Ops 2. Is it just as fun to play as it is to watch, and all that jazz? In addition to the speed of the gameplay remaining the same, you guys have always been a fan of the 3-lane style map layouts. That would be another thing I want to see implemented in World War II. I can see this happening because it creates a balance in multiplayer. It also allows that balance to be used for competitive play as well. It works well for objective game modes. I feel like the Call of Duty World League has had success with it and has brought viewership in and given the competitive players a reason to play. So I would really be surprised if that didn't get carried over as well. One last thing I'd want to see in multiplayer is for it not to be catered to the noob per se. I want gun skill and map awareness to matter. I don't want them to have a crutch to lean on. I want teamwork to be valued, but at the same time, I don't want to push away the average player or the less skilled player. I think that's something tough to ask for because you want the best of both worlds in that scenario. I want to be able to enjoy the game, I want to play it, but I also don't want to have to deal with craziness or some kind of BS happening in the game, you know, something like death streaks or something, you know, like we don't want any of that. I'm sure we'll know more as we get closer to that, maybe once we get to experience a beta, if that's possible. That's something that we're really wanting to know. Another thing I would really personally like to see is a co-op campaign mode. I think that would be awesome. I've wanted this for years in Call of Duty. I've played it in other games, you know. I think mainly because I enjoy the social aspects of gaming more than anything else. I really feel like that's the only thing that shies me away from playing a traditional campaign mode in games, because I don't usually want to sit there for hours at end gaming all by myself and not have anyone to talk to or experience and laugh at my mistakes and all that jazz. That's why I end up streaming these things. That's why I record, because, you know, it gives me a sense of reason behind doing it. But we'll see. I don't know. I would love to be able to play campaign with you guys, have some funny moments, have some fails, and all that. You know, that'd be an awesome experience for me. That's what I think. With that being said, however, I did actually enjoy playing the Infinite Warfare campaign. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I felt like it was part of a movie, so maybe I need to go back and revisit some of these past Call of Duty campaigns and catch up on them anyway. Maybe it's just something I need to put my foot in my butt and get rolling, you know? I may be in for a real treat. It may be like, I don't know, revisiting a past life through Call of Duty game mode. I don't know. I'm pretty sure no matter what, I'm going to have to check out the campaign mode in World War II. It's going to happen, but I would be really thankful to be able to experience that with you guys, just for extra content, just for more experience, and maybe that'll happen. One more thing I want to touch on, and I'm interested to know you guys' thoughts and feelings towards this. I want to know how much eye candy you want in this game. With a more traditional or classic feel to World War II, do you want customization such as like weapon skins or character skins, as far as like the clothing, your character customization? Do you want character emotes to spice the game up like in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare? Like, how historically correct does multiplayer side of things matter to you? That's what I want to know. I'm cool either way, I really feel like. I'm interested to know this because I don't know what to expect from Sledgehammer when it comes to that. I could honestly see both sides happening. You want to keep it interesting. You don't want it to be too dull, but at the same time, you don't want it to be cheesy. You want to spice it up some. And also, like, we know how Call of Duty has went over the last few years. They make money off of supply drops, in-game loot systems, and stuff like that. So, you know, that I really could see that happening. Finding a way to customize and allow you to get things in game through customization features. So being that we know customization features are a thing, like I said, I want to know your thoughts on it. What would be special to you? What would be okay? What's interesting in a more traditional or classic feel of a game, you know? It'll be definitely something good to know. Well, with that being said, you guys, please let me know in the comments your thoughts about some of those questions I have. Rewind, check back to some of the questions if you forgot them. I know it was a lot all at once, but I'm just looking forward to seeing what all you guys are thinking prior to this release, and maybe we'll revisit it right after once we drop some news, get some news out. Well, you guys, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe for more Call of Duty news coming to you soon. Be sure to check me out on Twitter at Dexbot with a 0 because I'm your hero, Kappa. And if you've made it this far in the video, you deserve to know this intel, okay? I'm going to be doing a World War II giveaway coming up here real soon once we get a little bit more information on the game. But basically, I'm going to pre-order a copy of the game for the winner so that they can have it for whatever console they're getting it on. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, maybe even PC if they're going to offer it. I'm going to do that giveaway, and it's going to be cool. I'm excited for it. I've never done that before. So the reason why I'm waiting is just in case we get beta information, pre-ordering the game or having a pre-order copy of it may guarantee you access to that beta. So that could be even huge. It could be like a double winner, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm going to be having a World War II giveaway soon. I'm going to drop the news on that here in the near future. So stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe for that information. Like I said, if you made it this far, you deserve it. I'll catch you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful day. I love you all, and I will see you next video. Have a great day. Peace.
Losing Alpha. Losing Charlie. Losing C. Securing B. Losing Alpha. Orbital VSAT awaiting orders. Objective almost complete. Don't quit now. too close. Fight harder. UAV inbound. Securing B. Losing A. It wasn't pretty, but you got it done. Good job.